Welcome back. I'm Bill Tortman. Welcome to our It's Your Business show. We are proud of the fact that Sioux Falls and other points in our great state of South Dakota are welcoming pheasant hunters, their families, their friends around the state, and we're interested in talking with them. And we are, of course, helping to promote our second national Pheasant Quail National event that's coming up March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Now, this Ron Nelson guy, he's got his orange hat on this morning. Doesn't match my big orange Tennessee cup. But for the most part, you know, he had written, let's see, plenty of pheasants will get shot, properties that are still red hot, interest rates dominate our thoughts.
How's that for a title?
I had trouble reading that this early in the morning.
Yeah. Well, first of all, happy Pheasant near opener to you. You say you're not even a hunter, and yet there's no mistaking where Bill is going to be today. In addition to your orange cup, you're donned in
Absolutely.
orange Ostad's golf wear. So evidently Dave's thinking either that works in the pheasant hunt, or maybe he just doesn't want you to be missed on the golf course either. Not sure which.
Well, I'm not sure which, but I know that you're going out hunting.
Oh, yeah.
You might tell folks what you're doing.
Well, so I'm pleased actually. Tonight, late, like 11 o'clock or so, I pick up my daughter and her fiance from the airport from Virginia. And a week from tomorrow, they get married. So we're excited about
congratulations.
that. And so I was excited.
They've been saving your dollars?
Oh, they've been going out pretty quick. But no, it has been fun because he lived here for a while, Andrew, my future son-in-law. But I was excited to just say, you know, you're getting in town late tonight, but tomorrow morning, one of South Dakota's biggest rite of passages takes place, and you need to be a part, if at all possible, if you're interested. And he said, I'm in. I'm interested. And so
what was he going to say?
He could come up with some lame excuse or something to.
He's marrying into the family in a week.
Yeah.
You got to be the nice guy.
Yeah. So no, we're excited about that. Kind of disappointed, Bill, that we're not out at the airport with Terry today welcoming, but it's kind of we need to reserve the parking spaces for our wonderful 81,000 plus non-resident
That's gonna be
hunters
fabulous.
that are coming there. But that is so much fun, just seeing these guys come off the planes, and dogs are for the most part in the kennels, but a few of them get out and they're having fun, and so it's just exciting to see what excitement they are coming with. To our state. And, we Terry's out there welcoming them, but make no bones about it. I mean, clearly we're excited that you're here, but we've got an agenda. We like our state, and we want you to do more than visit. Our agenda is we'd like to keep you, or we'd like you to keep coming back.
Well, we want you to find out what the secret is about South Dakota, and you can come back and you can share the secret if you want to.
Yeah. So, there's lots of reasons on lots of levels that we're excited about it for this weekend and the next month. I think the weather's going to be fabulous. As a matter of fact, I went and hit some balls last night at the driving range at the golf course, and I said it's supposed to be nice today, and the pros said there are no open tee times tomorrow, meaning today. So I'm going to see if I can get on the golf course, because to just say you played golf the day before the Pheasant Opener doesn't happen very often.
No, in 60 or 70 degree weather.
Yeah. So, so we're really excited about that. But, not only are we excited about the non-residents coming, seeing our state, for us to get to showcase our state, but, like I said, there's a little agenda there. We're excited also about the typically $156 million that you're bringing with you to spend in our state. And of course, pheasant hunting generates total spending, because us residents, have a tendency to spend some money too. But $300 million economic impact, non-resident and resident combined, is, what this does for our state. Now, we're a commercial real estate program on our little time here. So, how is this relevant? Well, all of it's relevant to, bringing faces, bodies, impressions to our state to get started. But I tell you what, there are stories, and Jim Hagan at the Department of Tourism, or Christie, could probably tell those stories better than I, in terms of people that started with a pheasant hunt or the governor's hunt or something like that, just got the initial exposure to our state and recognized what we know all along, which is, wow, there's kind of some cool things going on here, and might want to do more than just visit. And
it's not a flyover state anymore.
Right. So, it's an exciting weekend, and we're happy that you're here. And this is a commercial real estate program, and so welcome.
Do a
hunters.
little business. Talk to them.
Hunters, if you're here.
Tell them what you do.
Got a couple properties that are kind of hot to talk about throughout town. We've talked about this whole, everything from COVID, interest rates and all that, and what it does to the real estate market. But there's been. Our town has generally, done pretty well, and we get somebody coming to town wanting to look for some things, and sometimes we're scratching our heads, can't even come up with too many options. But when cool properties do come about, it's, I think, fun to talk about. And there's a couple of newer properties listings that have come out that we kind of like. A couple of high-profile retail corners. One at 12th and Western. If you think of the U.S. Bank on the corner there, they're going to be closing that branch. And so that building at the northwest corner of 12th and Western, the U.S. Bank building, tell you what, I mean, there's a lot of cool things you could do there. It's just a wide open 10,693 square feet. It's available for $1.35 million. That's $126 a foot, Bill. Bottom line,
how does that
that's
rate?
A deal.
That is a deal.
That's a really
now.
good deal. Yeah. I have not, and I think listed by a group that they said there were multiple offers already on it, and so for all I know, it might not even be available right now. I was going to put it in front of a group.
So don't dilly. Call.
Well, but yeah. But call us. We have information on all this, talking about hot retail corners. Going east, 10th and Cleveland, a couple of properties that are intriguing there. There's it's the old Sunshine Foods, originally been called the Tool Depot for the last few years, and that's closing. And so that's an 18,000 foot. Again, it's a retail building now. Could be used for a variety of different things, but a block of space like that in a prominent corner like that doesn't come on the market very often. And that's on for $2.5 million. Like I said, 18,000 foot building. It's $137 a square foot. Still a pretty good value. So that's one that we're intrigued with. And on the opposite corner, the former Pizza Hut has also on the corner of 10th and Cleveland. This would be on the northeast corner. That one's been there for a while. It's a little tricky getting in and out of there. There's not a lot of space for sit down. It's going to be more of, just a carry out type thing. But my gosh, you stick out like a sore thumb. It's a very prominent property. So anyway, just a couple of cool properties that we can fill you in if you're interested. Give us a call. Talked about interest rates also. We got time to touch on that a little bit?
For you, we'll do it.
Okay. I was at a function this week, actually, for bankers, but there were a lot of brokers there, too. And I didn't so much as get in the door. Mike Van Buskirk practically tackles me. He's talking to a banker and, just expressing the frustrations that we're all sharing, We like to vent at bankers.
You think?
But, we say, guys, you are the face that, or the throat that we like to choke or whatever. But really,
nobody was arrested.
It just comes downhill. We're not really mad at you because it's not you that are causing these challenges with interest rates, but you are the face of it. But, Mike's question and these bankers were just saying, why aren't property, or we talked about cap rates before, that's kind of a loose value that kind of tied to returns on properties, and it's a way to, get a quick down and dirty way of valuing a property. And they typically run with interest rates, and as interest rates go up, cap rates go up. And cap rates mean, as cap rates go up, values go down. We've heard, as interest rates, Tony Bachman's of the world talk about, the higher interest rates are, the less house you can buy, and it's the same thing, of course, in commercial properties. And so, but yet the values haven't been coming down on these properties, yet the interest rates are coming up. And that was the thing that Van Buskirk was perplexed with. I didn't have a great answer. But my anecdotal, fill in the blank answer is just, there's still a strong demand, not just Sioux Falls, but nationally, for investment property. And so, people have a bad memory. They don't, I should say maybe too good of a memory. They remember back 21, 22 when values were at the peak and saying, I don't want to drop my price now. There's another broker in town that's got a really nice apartment complex project on the market, way overpriced. But, kind of that testing the market, saying, well, it's still a great property, marry the property, date the rate. We've been hearing that for a while. But he said he has made over 1,000 cold calls promoting this property, and he's got nothing, So that's the market speaking, and we're seeing that in our town, Butch is talking about our building permit volumes probably going to be half of what last year is, so is that triggered by interest rates? Think,
and supply and demand.
Well, yeah, a lot of things are going on with that. But so what are we doing, about this? What are with these interest rates that are dominating our thoughts, as I said in our program title? New strategies. We've been talking about this some, but literally I was reading an article and I didn't really think this was happening, but evidently it is. I haven't seen it yet locally, but loan assumptions. So if a guy's in at 4.5% and he's trying to sell his property, half the reason he can't sell is the guy's borrowing at 7.5% and it doesn't work. Still worked at the 4%. How do we bridge this gap? Well, just assume the loan that you already have. And sometimes it maybe only has 3, 4, 5, 6 years left on his life. But hey, tell you what, interest rates in the 4s, any way you can get them, would be great. Now, the trick is not all loans are assumable. It's generally your Fannie Mae, Freddie Macs, tied with multifamily that are easier to assume. A lot of loans have what's called a due on sale clause, meaning you sell the property, the loan comes due. That's the bank's way of not getting locked into those lower interest rates for the long term. But, 4.5% is better than nothing, and by that I mean, if there's no volume happening because people can't, or choose not to afford, these high prices and high interest rates, are we better off with something rather than nothing? So that's, one approach to look at it. Contract for deeds, coming back. I'm involved in 2 of them right now and haven't been involved in contract for deeds for 20 years. Seller carrybacks, which is like a contract for deed, but basically you're going to the bank, getting the bulk of the money from the bank, but maybe I'm still a little short. And so the seller carryback might be, the seller might carry 10% back of the loan. So these are just some things we are doing to pivot, to be reactionary, whatever you want to call it, to exist in these crazy higher interest rate environment times that we're in now.
He's our straight man this morning. If you need some information on commercial real estate, how do they reach you?
Well, Nelson Commercial Real Estate, my direct line is 605-728-7600, or on the web, you can catch us at ncommercial.com, or check out these programs on our YouTube channel and say like or share or whatever, and get the word out and watch us and see my camouflage hat.
Be good to that future son-in-law.
Sounds good. Thanks, Bill.